Hey everybody, and welcome to the Entrepreneur Motivation Podcast. I am your host, Chris Bello, coming at you from the car again, throwing you for a loop because this is an episode for Monday release date. I usually come to you from the car on the Thursday episodes when I'm out and about, as the weekdays are a little crazy. But I'm recording this here on a Sunday. I'm about to go run into an open house, and I'm about 30 minutes early. I've got some signs. If you're looking at the video on YouTube, I do have some open house signs that I'm about to go put out, like 8 or 10 in the area, but I'm already close to the house just down the road, so I thought I would record this quick message for you. And if you're seeing the video, it's a little dark, it's a little gloomy, it looks like it's about to rain, so I probably should put these signs out before it starts raining on me. And I just wanted to say, I'm not really feeling like doing this open house today. I'm not really in the mood. I'm having one of those days where I'm like, what's the point? I shouldn't be like that. I know. I have 4 deals closing this month. It's a huge month for me. It's been exciting to see, to cash. I've actually physically cashed the checks so I can become more comfortable with being surrounded with money, with the idea of cashing checks and seeing my bank account visibly grow. I am constantly doing that to just train my mind to get used to seeing money, seeing success, so that I don't sabotage success on accident by saying that I'm not ready for it or not prepared for it. But in any case, my tip for you today and what I want to talk about is, obviously I've mentioned this before, sometimes we're not going to want to do stuff. We're not going to want to get out of bed on time and go work out and do the things that we know we need to do. And the biggest tip that I can offer for doing it anyway is to commit, is to sign up, put it on the calendar, say you're going to do it, have someone hold you accountable. So I actually had I had a workshop on Friday working with investors at my brokerage office with a flipper that I know who buys, he does rentals, he does flips and rehabs and all of that. And we did it at my office, and because we had committed to it, I had to actually sit down with him, meet up, put the slides together, practice it a couple of times, and get serious about it because we made it real. We put it on the calendar. I told my office. They announced it to everyone. We actually had 28 or 29 people show up, which I was very impressed by because probably 2 or 3 minutes before it started, there were 3 people in the room, and I was like, oh man, it's Friday. No one's going to come. Realtors, it's hard to get them to do anything they don't want to do. And it's just like telling entrepreneurs what to do. They're their own boss. They want to run their own schedule, and they have to willingly want to do something. You can't force them to do anything. But of course, those who wanted to learn came, and it also broadcasted out. So I signed up for it. I committed. I had to then go through the motions of putting the slides together, practicing, delivering the presentation. We had a lot of interest afterwards. People came up and were interested in working with us and wrote their names and their email addresses down so we can stay in touch. We had a little sign-up sheet for those who want to be our preferred partners. And if they can find us leads and vet leads for us, we'll be happy to let them take listings on the back end when my investor friend flips houses and stuff. So that was a huge success. This open house that I'm about to go to, I signed up for it. I committed to it. It was in the MLS. So I had 8 or 10 people come out to the open house at the same house yesterday. So chances are the same case is going to happen today as long as it's not pouring down rain. Which, knock on wood, I don't have any wood here in my car from where I'm recording from, but there's a tree there. I might go knock on that branch over there. Hoping we get some good traffic today. And then I have I keep confusing all these workshops that I have going on. Tomorrow, which is going to be today if you're listening to this live on Monday, I have a workshop for first-time home buyers, 10 things to know as you're thinking about getting your first house. And I signed up with a lender that I know, another partner. We're scrambling frantically to get slides together. He's working on the final draft today. He's going to send that to me. I am going to review it, and then I'm going to create a little graphic. I haven't done that yet. I'm going to do it for my open house. I'm going to create a graphic on frequently asked questions for real estate agents and for mortgage lenders so that we can have some handouts to give to everybody who attends, as well as our contact information, just to have something that they can take physically with them after the meeting. And that was another case where if we didn't sign up for it, if I hadn't met him at his office, if we hadn't talked about, we should do this workshop, when are we going to plan it, which date, what's the venue, schedule it with the venue, all those things were in place, And it raises that sense of urgency, because now I'm like, it's happening tomorrow at this point. I should have really done stuff about this a week ago. It's happening tomorrow. People have RSVP'd on Eventbrite. People have actually gotten their tickets. They're free tickets, but people have signed up, provided their email information. And I mean, I'd say maybe if 50% of the people come and we have like 10 people registered, we should have 5 people. Sometimes people show up who didn't register at all at the last minute, so you never know. It could be more, it could be less. But ultimately, as long as we're able to be there, provide value, answer some questions, we should hopefully see a couple clients come out of this if we stay consistent and we continue to host this maybe once every month, once every other month. And then another event that I committed to, I'm doing a workshop with investors next month. So I don't want to get too into the nitty-gritty details of the real estate stuff that I'm doing, because I want this podcast to be generic. I want this to be for anyone who's a digital marketer, who has a makeup business, who is an attorney, who has their own practice. Like, no matter what it is that you do, you've got some stuff like this as well. You can be doing business development. You can be going to networking events. You can be hosting events. You can be teaching workshops at places where your clients or customers are likely going to be. And those things aren't going to happen by themselves. You've got to actually commit to it, plan on doing it, find partners who can sponsor it, and then handle all the logistics behind it. Are you going to have food? Are you going to have drinks? Is there going to be complimentary wine tasting? Like there's going to be at mine tomorrow, which is pretty legit because it's at a wine place. So it's all free. Like, you can use the room. It's incredible. Look, there's a lot of resources that you probably aren't even aware of in your town, in your city, wherever you live across the world. And maybe during the weekday, they don't get that much traffic inside, right? So they're willing to let you use one of their spaces in their rooms and to offer maybe discounted pricing on drinks or food, because they're trying to bring more people into their business at a time when most people aren't really going. Some people go to happy hour and stuff, but that's still not quite the same as being able to bring people in during the weekday to participate in some kind of event, some kind of workshop, something like that, to lead generate for you and to answer questions for someone in the market for whatever it is that you offer. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to talk about today. We talked about this on other episodes of having a calendar. If it's not on your calendar, it doesn't exist. Making sure you commit, holding yourself accountable. Gary Vee says this a lot, where people give him crap for repeating himself often. And I feel like that's starting to become the case with me too, where I'm just like, every episode I kind of chime on the same things. I say the same thing a couple different ways. And I like what Gary said. He's like, I keep saying the same thing because, like, it's true. Like, that's what it is. It's just he's speaking his truth, and he's not making new stuff up each time. He's just saying that those basics that he continues to hammer on, those are the things that you need to actually focus on. And that's the same case here. You got to hold yourself accountable. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you're not going to want to do it. But when you commit, when you sign up for something, when it's on your calendar, and I guess most importantly, when someone's holding you accountable because it's on their calendar too and they're partnering with you on it, now you're going to hold each other accountable. On the days you don't feel like doing it, they're going to be able to push you. On the days they don't feel like doing it, hopefully you're going to be able to push them. If you guys or girls who are partnering on things and working together are both not very motivated, maybe you need to find a new partnership and have someone who's going to hold you accountable to make sure these things get done that you want to do. So, what is it that you know you need to do this week? What is it that you have been wanting to do for a while that you said, I need to do that. That sounds like a great idea. I should do that. You could probably think of 2 or 3 things right now that you know you've been saying you want to do that you have not done. And I will say now, if you have a partner who you need to do that with, someone who can hold you accountable, right now, as you're listening to this, pull up your Facebook Messenger app, pull up your text messages, put in the name of that person, 1 or 2 people, and say, hey, I've been thinking we should hold a workshop, or we should do this event, or what if we did this? What do you think? Would you be in on doing this with me? At least start the conversation. And then set an appointment. Hey, let's grab coffee next week to talk about this. After you meet, have a follow-up meeting. Say, don't have too many meetings, but have some forward movement on it, and have some going forward actions like, hey, during the next meeting, I'm going to have done this, this, and that. You do that, and this. And then the next meeting, we're going to actually book the venue, plan the event, come up with more of the details, put some of the slides together, and then the final event will just be, or the final meeting will be just to review and plan for the final event. It'll already be ready to go. Maybe just practice some slides or what you're going to say whenever you toast or whatever at the networking event that you're hosting. Whatever it is that you need to do, right now open up that Messenger app and make sure you take that first step. With that being said, I hope you all have a great week. I will talk to you in the next episode of the Entrepreneur Motivation Podcast. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. My Instagram handle is chrisbello09, CHRISB as in boy, ELLO09. Let me know what you want to hear next. What topics do you want me to cover? I get a lot of people messaging me about a lot of different things, and chances are I've probably talked about most topics that people can ask me, other than like advanced calculus, because I'm not the guy for that. But yeah, just ask me any questions and I can point you to episodes that I've already done covering that topic or go into more detail as well. Again, thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed the show, please be sure to share with a friend, leave a review. If you're on YouTube, hit the thumbs up. I'm trying to get more engagement, leave a comment. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. This is a great way for me to hold myself accountable, for me to kind of journal, document my life a little bit. And hopefully my life continues to get more interesting and I have more things to report to you all to motivate you to start documenting your life and sharing your story as well. Thanks again. Talk to you soon.